Hello and welcome to Thoughts and Inquiries, where I talk about some random topics that came to me that may be worth thinking about and worth starting a conversation in the comments, hopefully. Nothing too long, as I want to talk about such topics just enough that people might explain and answer some of my inquiries I may have. So for this video's TNI, I want to talk about a certain Digimon anime series. Now, when it comes to any long-running anime series, or any show in general, there of course will be people talking about such shows, whether it be something they like, don't like, or just analyzing and criticizing a show's quality and content. Digimon is no exception, with its various series focusing on a different story revolving around these digital creatures. Much like Pokemon with its various series, with Ash exploring different regions in each new series. And much like Pokemon, Digimon has its ups and downs in varying quality with some of its series, depending on who you ask. But there's one series whose reputation baffles me on what the people thought of its quality and reception overall to this very day. Or should I say, lack of people thinking or talking about this series. And that series is none other than Digimon Fusion, or Digimon Cross Wars if you prefer the original Japanese version. Please note, people refer the dub as Fusion, while the Japanese version as Cross Wars, so do keep that in mind. Okay, so here's the thing. The confusing thing I've seen about Digimon Fusion / Cross Wars is that barely anyone talks about it at all. There have been a few people who talked about it though, two people that were somewhat informative but didn't satisfy my curiosity enough, while others are not so great to be honest when explaining the series. I know that some shows or series will receive more attention while others are less talked about, but I've never seen a Digimon series that receives so little attention that it's almost to the point of obscurity. It's almost as if majority of people forgot that Fusion / Cross Wars existed, or maybe they want to forget it. So that got me thinking, was Fusion / Cross Wars so bad that it made people not want to talk about it at all, or even mention it, to the point they claim it almost killed Digimon? Or are there some outside factors causing this phenomenon? I mean, it probably has something to do with that third season that never got aired in the West that most people seem to hate. But I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on the main two seasons that aired both in Japan and in the US, as I think the issue lies somewhere in there. Fusion / Cross Wars' reputation is nebulous to say the least. All I can get from a few people on YouTube and Reddit is that some people like it or hate it for all it's worth. But there's something so confusing about all of this. I don't know what, but there seems to be this atmosphere of confusion and lack of acknowledgement surrounding Fusion / Cross Wars. As if people can't seem to agree on the overall reception of the series and just want to bury it and leave it in the dust. It's divisive, but baffling for some reason? I'm sorry this sounds weird to y'all, since I can't really describe what the whole attitude is around Fusion / Cross Wars. If it's that divisive, then there has to be something wrong with the series. Something very wrong. Does it have to do with the characters? The overall plot? The digifusing / digicrossing? What is it about this series that made people want to forget about it or not really want to talk about it at all? Well, I know one of the reasons why people might hate this series. It has to be the dub, since there's this one video where someone named AJ Bean went to extensive length explaining how the dub thoroughly ruined the series for him, and how Nick is constantly screwing over the show from being a success in the West. But then, what's the overall reception in Japan? Can someone answer that for me in the comments, please? I'm beginning to think that Fusion / Cross Wars' polarizing reception is what caused Bandai, or whoever's in charge of Digimon, to shift their focus in milking the Adventure series through their Digimon Tri movies with disastrous results, and with the Digimon Adventure reboot in 2020 with mixed results to pander to Adventure fans with cheap nostalgia. It's almost as if they don't know where to take the Digimon franchise next at the time, that they felt ashamed of what they had previously created, that they're afraid of trying something new. And they had to resort to pandering to nostalgia just so they could stay afloat for the time being before they could come up with something that could save them. This is just my speculation though, so take it with a grain of salt, and I want to hear what you people think about it. The nebulous mystery surrounding Digimon Fusion / Cross Wars still haunts and bothers me to this day. And I still don't have definitive answers to that mystery due to lack of trustworthy information around the internet and lack of people talking about it in depth. So, I turn to my viewers who have managed to find this video for help. What do you think about all of this? What happened to this series? If you can give me some sort of explanation, no matter how long, short, or simple it is, then I hope I at least spread awareness of this series and hope to put this matter to rest once and for all. These are my thoughts and inquiries for today. Have a great day, everyone.